Hello guys, I welcome you all to my YouTube channel Hope RBI. Today we have with us one of my best friends, Mr. Ashish Thakur, who has just cleared the IBPS PO examination, the IBPS CLERK examination, and Himachal Pradesh State Cooperative Bank clerical examination in his very first attempt. His journey has been really interesting, and I hope that whatever he shares with us will really inspire us to pursue our dreams. So, hi Ashish, welcome to Hope RBI, and thank you so much for being here. And heartiest congratulations on the success that you have achieved. How does it feel?
Uh, Thank you, Shivam. Thank you for the congratulations, and thank you for having me here. Well, it feels great. It's like a dream come true. I was trying really hard to get a job, and finally I have one. So definitely it feels nice.
Yeah, definitely. I can assume how it actually feels. So, most of the students are basically having some questions regarding the preparation strategy or what kind of things that you have done to actually achieve this kind of, success in your life. So, before that, I want you to give a little introduction about yourself, a little bit about your background, so that every aspirant who is preparing for this exam actually relates to you.
Um about my educational background,
Yeah,
I've done my B.Tech in mechanical engineering from Himachal Pradesh.
yeah.
And after that, after my graduation, I started preparing for, even during my graduation, I started preparing for combined defense services examination. Like every youth, I wanted to join the Indian Armed Forces. uh, I gave 7 SSP. I got screened out in 2 of those SSP and 5 times conference out. And after 2 years, 2.5 years, I realized that I should have a backup plan now. So then I took admission in uh, MBA in HR and marketing stream in Himachal Pradesh itself. And during my MBA, I met people who were preparing for banking examination, and I also realized at that time that the structure of banking exam is such that I can clear it if I prepare strategically, and also the banking profile matches very much with the MBA curriculum.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of MBA graduates opting banking after they pass out the program.
Yeah.
So during my MBA, I decided that I will prepare for the banking, and in 2021 April, I started my preparation for banking, and now it is April 2022. After 1 year, I have 3 jobs in my hand.
Yeah.
So that has been a journey.
Yeah, it's really good. Actually, we graduated together from the same college, and I've seen the journey that you have gone through, and I'm still on that same journey. So I can imagine what it actually feels now that you have three jobs in your hand. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. And to
Yeah.
all the viewers of your channel, I would like to inform them that when I started my banking preparation in 2019, Shivam was my mentor. I have two mentors, one Shivam and the other mentor I want to mention is Shubham. So
Yeah.
both of them who had great deal of experience in banking exam preparation, they guided me through all of the processes. They told me what mistakes candidates generally make and how to avoid those mistakes. And I think because of the guidance of you two, uh, I was able to clear the exam in this short period of time. So thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Actually, it was only you who has made it all to yourself. You have actually struggled and you have worked hard to achieve this success. It's totally you. We were just a little bit here and there, but yeah, it was totally you. Yeah. So, Ashish, let's get into the point now. I want to talk about the strategy. So, I will move on to the strategy subject wise. So, how did you approach the quantitative aptitude first? Because students are really afraid of this field, and all the questions which are experienced in the mains examination, especially, these are very of difficult level, and they are not actually able to sometimes comprehend even the question. So, how did you approach to the quantitative aptitude section? Please tell us about that.
Uh, when I started preparing for banking, the one thing that was told to me that banking is not only about studying things. but the most important part of this exam is how you're going to attempt the exam. And the prelims exam is very different from mains examination. So if you are going to solely prepare for prelims examination, then it is not going to reap the fruit, because mains examination holds very different structure and requires very different approach. So to understand what is actually required in prelims examination and what is required in mains examination, I gave mock test initially, one mock test for prelim and one for mains. And let me tell you, the mains examination mock test was really difficult. If you are if you have just started to prepare for the examination, you feel like you don't want to give this means mock test because you are not able to solve even single question. I was disheartened when I gave my first mock in mains, and it was, I think, 2.5 hour long mock. But after 1 hour, I quit. I cannot go any further. But still, that gave me idea that mains is very different from prelims examination. In the prelims examination also, I did not score very good. I think 30 or 40 was my score. Even I performed poorly in English, which I used to think that was my strong subject. But that one mock that I gave before starting my preparation opened my eyes, gave me a little bit idea about how the things are gonna be in the future. Now the thing in front of me that now I was preparing for the banking, but I was not very new to the arithmetic sector, because I had prepared arithmetic for combined defense services examination, FCAT examination that I have given. So, and I gave the management entrance test for my university, and they had many other tests I had given in the past which required arithmetic knowledge. But banking is much more about speed. I had to do the same things but in a faster manner. So first of all, I thought that I should brush up my concept and should have solid base. After that, I can go for tricks. I knew that I did not have much time in my hand, because I started preparing in April. I knew by August there will be SBI clerk examination. So I have to speed up my process. So I decided that I will make very compact the resources that I am gonna use. So I decided I will go for only 1 or 2 resources, not more than that. I streamed through the YouTube and I found one teacher. Specifically want to mention him, Mr. Amar sir. Now he used to upload videos on YouTube with his board and pen, the old videos, not the new videos, but the old videos. And I found that in 15 to 20 minutes video that he had uploaded, after watching 5 to 6 videos of particular playlist, I got fair idea about the subject. For example, profit and loss, distance, and other topics of the arithmetic. I remember that I used to find very difficult to do probability based question. I used to avoid them. I never attempted those questions, but after watching his videos, I started attempting probability based questions, and I realized that these questions are actually free marks in prelims. So even sometime in mains also. So I watched Amar sir's video, cleared my concept, and once I cleared my concept, I solely relied on mock test for practice, because the more I gave more mock tests, the questions got repeated again and again. I realized where I made mistake in the previous test. I corrected those mistakes, and with time I got better. And there's no secret to it. It's a simple 2-step process. First learn, second practice, and that's it. Simple route to improve.
Yeah, definitely. I also advise all the aspirants who are watching my videos to, take as much mocks as they can, so that whenever they are, attempting the questions, they will realize that most of the questions are repeating and they will practice as much types as they want. So that's a great strategy.
One thing I want to mention here, that whenever you start, whenever I started, so I used to give easy mocks. For example, textbook mocks are considered as easy mocks. But those easy mocks actually gave me confidence. They actually helped me to believe that I can score good marks. And once I got good base on easy mocks, I shifted to tough mocks. The olive wood mocks that we call, they are usually tougher than other mocks. Because I had practiced a lot on easier mocks, so I was able to improve my performance in tough mocks also. So it is not wrong to give easy mocks. Sometimes people say that you are giving such easy mocks, etc., etc. But
Yeah.
what my experience had been that at least preliminary examination are the level of textbook mocks. They are
Yeah.
not that much tough in the
Yeah.
clerk level at least.
Okay. Yeah. So you took two mocks, textbook and olive board, yeah?
One or two resources, but follow them diligently.
Okay. Okay. That's great. Moving on to the subject reasoning. How did you prepare for that?
Uh, when I started preparing for reasoning, I knew that the biggest hurdle I'm gonna face is the puzzle.
Yeah.
So initially, I wanted to get familiar with the puzzle, that how the people are solving the puzzles.
Yeah.
But after studying the pattern of the puzzles and how the people around me were solving the puzzle, I found that in the end, I have to devise my own methods, the methods that suits me to solve the puzzle.
Okay.
Only then I can improve my speed. If I rely on other people's method, then I'll, maybe I will be able to solve the puzzle, but my speed will not increase that much.
Yeah.
And puzzle is all about familiarity. The much
Yeah.
familiar you get with the puzzles, faster you can do.
Yeah.
And to get familiar with the puzzles, you have to do puzzles on mock test and at least try to do one or two puzzles every day. Because whenever you will do puzzles, you will find that you have done some mistakes,
Yeah.
and then you will try to correct those mistakes next time, and this is the stepping stone. This is how
Yeah.
you're going to improve in the puzzles. And
Definitely.
then I found that topics like slogs, inequality,
Yeah.
they are a little bit difficult to understand in the beginning, but once you get the fundamentals correct, once you understand that what is asked from you and how you can answer those questions, they are the easiest topics. They are the free marks. I
Yeah.
used to hope that God give me more slogs, more inequality,
Yeah.
because I can solve them much faster.
Yeah. Definitely.
Reasoning, I think every other topic in the reasoning people can do. The only thing I found that students are scared of are puzzle, especially in the mains puzzle. In
Yeah.
the mains puzzle, I also want to suggest you that there are two kind of puzzles in the mains. One very difficult, and other are doable puzzles.
Yeah.
Now sometimes the doable puzzles are very lengthy, and difficult puzzles are small in size. So generally students see and they assume that if a puzzle is lengthy, then it is difficult, and if
Yeah.
a puzzle is short, it is going to be easy. But that is not always the case.
Yeah.
Why we practice? Because after practice we can see on one glance that whether I can do this puzzle or not.
Yeah.
This is the purpose of practicing. After practicing, I realized in the mains that I should not touch this puzzle because it has too many variables and
Yeah.
too many assumptions, too many factors to take care of. And even if I jump in this puzzle, it will consume a lot of time. And some puzzle I saw that though it looks lengthy, but it has only one variable.
Yeah.
So if I follow all the steps, all the information that is given, I can do this puzzle. And this approach can only be developed if you get familiar with the puzzles. And the only way to get familiar is by doing mocks. That's
Yeah.
it.
Definitely. So, if you would like to tell us what sources actually you used to actually practice reasoning or the puzzles that you practice somehow.
Initially, I used to watch Ankush Lamba puzzle videos on
Yeah.
Unacademy.
Okay.
He had uploaded free courses of puzzles on Unacademy.
Yeah.
So I used to get free puzzles from there. I
Yeah.
can practice puzzles from there. I did not have to search here and there for the puzzle.
Okay.
So I think for a month I watched his videos. I got good idea about how Ankush Lamba was doing the puzzle and
Okay.
his sir's method. Obviously, I have learned from him, so he's my sir.
Yeah.
So sir's method was good and it was working fine for me. But I realized that if I changes two or three things, for instead of taking two conditions, if I start taking four conditions initially, I can do things faster.
Yeah.
So and instead of starting puzzle from the very first statement, if I see other statement then can makes my, if I, for example, I decided I tried to look for negative statement first,
Yeah.
so that I can understand that what this puzzle wants from me, that this puzzle wants me to omit, what it
Yeah.
wants me to consider specially.
Uh-huh.
So I started preparing on my own and developed my own method for the puzzles.
Okay.
From there, I took help for puzzles.
Okay.
For Silogs and inequality, I think I watched Adda 24/7 videos.
Okay.
I understood the concept, and after that, I practiced through mocks.
Okay.
Other topics, for example, input output, I was not very good at those.
Okay.
So I used to give one glance to input output, and if the same input is in the output but in different arrangement,
Okay. Yeah.
then I used to attempt it. But if input is different and output is different, that means some extra addition, subtraction,
Yeah.
or
Some kind of
replacement has
operation
been
is
done,
done. Yeah.
and then I used to avoid that input output. I know that it is not my cup of tea.
Okay.
And alphanumeric series is comparatively easier, so I used to attempt
Yeah.
it. And direction question again very easy.
Yeah.
Blood relation question. I remember that I gave NIACL preliminary examination,
Yeah.
and first question was blood relation question, and it took me 8 minutes, and still I was not able to solve it. So
Yeah.
again, blood relation questions are also very tricky. So you have
Yeah.
to be very careful of those. So with practice, you will find that what question you should attempt, what you should not, what is your strength,
Yeah.
and in the end, it is about what is your strength, what
Yeah.
I have guided you, what other people have guided you. Though it is gonna help, but we all have to find our own strength because
Yeah.
we all are
Definitely.
different approach towards question, different approach towards life, and eventually it's our own personality, it is our own methods that are gonna help us to clear the examination.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I told actually in my previous videos, that everybody has different aptitude. So according to their own aptitude, they should actually chart out their own strategies to, perform well. Actually think out of their own mind that how it should be done for their own self. So that's a great point that you put out here. So let's talk
Definitely.
about the English section. Is there any specific thing that you actually put your main emphasis while preparing for English, or any particular source that you got into, or you were already good at it and you were just refining by just constant reading? Anything would really help.
For me, um I think for English I did not study anything separately other than mock test.
Okay.
I relied solely on mock test,
Okay.
and after giving I think 10 or 20 mock tests, I realized that
Yeah.
same pattern in the error detection question. The 10 or 11 I think patterns are there, and they are repeating same pattern again and
Yeah.
again. For example, despite, in spite,
Yeah. Yeah.
that
Yeah.
kind of error. You, me, and I, that kind of error.
Yeah.
So I was able to find those errors because I had seen those kind of errors again and again in various mock tests. So for me, the only strategy for English was to rely on mock test.
Mom.
For only para jumbas, I watched videos
Okay.
um, because I was finding it very difficult to solve the para jumbles.
Yeah.
But after watching many videos, after attempting para jumbles, I knew that even if I attempt para jumble in the exam, I will never be sure that whether it is correct or not. So it was
Yeah.
the risk, and sometimes you have to take the risk.
Yeah. Definitely. But I was really impressed when you told me that you scored 37 out of 40 in the mains examination of IBPS CO. It was really so good, a good score. It's among the
It
toppers,
was
so it's really
it was
good.
also a surprise to me. I was also surprised when I watched 37 because I was expecting anywhere between 25 to 30 because my accuracy in English had not been that much great even in the mocks.
Okay.
So I was not expecting 37 marks, to be honest. It was such a surprise for me also. I think, and because of those marks I was able to clear.
No, but
So
it's
thanks to
a
English.
really good score. Kudos for that. So
Thank you.
let's move on to the general awareness section. People are mostly familiar with the basic sources, but how did you approach to prepare for the general awareness? Tell us about that.
Well, again, the strategy is same. I knew I did not have much time, so I cannot study various resources,
Yeah.
sources. So, one of my friends, Shubham, he guided me that he told me that a lot of students who prepare for banking examination follow Ashish Gautam on Adda 24/7.
Okay.
So, from the first day, the day on which I started my preparation for banking,
Yeah.
from that day itself, I started watching Ashish Gautam daily current affair video,
Okay.
and I kept watching those videos till there is a 1 month left for means examination,
Okay.
because for 1 month I needed for the revision.
Yeah.
So then I revised my current affairs by watching weekly and monthly current affair videos.
Okay.
So I relied solely on Adda 24/7 Ashish Gautam sir's video.
Okay.
And when there was only 1 month left, I had given various mains mock tests on Olive board.
Yeah.
So I revised the GA of those mains mock tests. So
Okay.
these were the only two sources I followed, because I knew myself I cannot study various sources. I do not have that much energy.
Yeah.
So I wanted to reduce the syllabus, the content for me, and
Yeah.
for that I chose only two sources.
Yeah, definitely. This must be the case because there are so many sources available online, and whenever you choose multiple sources, you get really confused. And there is obviously the people who make notes, there is a difficulty in jotting down everything from other kind of sources. So obviously, sticking to one source will be very much perfect, whether it's any kind of source. You were comfortable with Adda, you chose Adda. Somebody is comfortable with Affairs Cloud, they choose Affairs Cloud, or any kind of source they are comfortable with. So that's a great
Uh,
deal. Yeah.
this this has this had been my strategy for all the topics for arithmetic, reasoning, GA, English, that
Yes.
follow one or two sources, not
Yeah.
more than that.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So, Ashish, let's talk about the descriptive section because we have seen that according to the pattern, there is an essay writing and there is a letter writing in the actual examination. So, how did you prepare for that?
Uh, for essay writing, I knew that, well, I had faith in myself that I will be able to write good essay.
Okay.
I had been reading a lot of stuff, because when I was preparing for CDS, I had to be aware of various international national issues.
Yeah.
I used to have my opinion on the things, that how we can improve those things, what are the challenges that India is facing, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So I knew that I had information with me, I had opinions with me, I had writing skills with me. So I was not much concerned about the essay.
Okay.
The major concern for me was letter writing,
Okay.
because the pattern,
Yeah.
there was so much ambiguity about the pattern.
Yeah.
I used to watch videos, but I was not sure whether to use comma, whether to drop comma, because I think after the 8th or 9th class, after 10th class, I think I had not been much touch with the letter writing, or
Yeah.
not been concerned with the formality of the letter writing. I used to
Yeah.
write letter for my college, but never considered those
To be a
minuscule
format. Yeah.
details. So right now the major challenge was to find the right pattern.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think I watched Magnet Brain Channel's video. They used to teach 8th class grammar. So I
Yeah.
watched 8th class formal letter writing.
Yeah.
I identified the pattern. I understood the intricacies, that where the comma had to be installed, where the space had to be
Yeah.
installed. But contrary to my surprise, uh, uh, when I was so when I was writing letter, I found that I cannot double press enter button.
Yeah.
That means that if I write the sender's address, then I cannot put a space of one line and then date.
Yeah.
I had to
Definitely.
write date immediately after that, and I was not expecting that. So I
Yeah,
was
that is
pressing
the case
again and
with,
again.
yeah, yeah, that's the interface. They have the interface like that. I've also
I was
experienced the
pressing
same. Yeah,
enter again and again, was expecting to have a space between two lines,
yeah,
but was not able to do that. And that wasted a lot of time, and I got a bit panicked.
yeah.
But
Okay.
still, because my typing speed is good,
Yes.
so I somehow managed to write the letter and the essay within the stipulated time. But
Yeah.
I did not study anything separately for essay. For letter, yes, I did study. I did study how to start a letter. For example, letter if you had to write to a newspaper, then how to start it. If you have to write it
Yeah.
to a manager of a bank, how to start it. Because it is the starting line, I think that matters the most. How you start, how you address the person, how you address the subject
Yeah.
for which you're
Exactly.
writing.
Yeah.
And in the middle part of the essay, middle part of the letter is just like essay, where you're explaining your concerns and what should be done, what you're expecting from the authorities. And the end part is always the same greetings. I hope that you will take action,
Yeah.
etc., etc. It's the initial part, the starting one two line of a letter that varies from letter to letter.
Yes,
So
it does.
that I watched for various letters that how I'm gonna start.
Okay. Okay. That's fantastic, Ashish. So we have covered all the things that are important: quantitative aptitude, reasoning, English, then your general awareness, and last comes your descriptive section. So again, congratulations for this brilliant success. Any words of advice to every aspirant who is watching this video?
Uh, I do not have any particular advice because a lot of people, I think, who are watching your channel are preparing for examination. I think for 1 or 2 years,
Yeah.
they know about the exam pattern, everything. They know what they are doing. They also know where they have to improve.
Yeah.
Uh, I just want to quote two lines from Rashmi Rathi, one
Okay.
of my favorite poem written by Ramdhari Singh Dinkar ji.
Yeah.
It had two lines कि सौभाग्य न सब दिन सोता है देखें आगे क्या होता है eventually your time will come
Yeah.
believe in yourself your time will come I'm sure of that so never give hope and even if you had to change the direction because I took 360-degree shift from administrative preparation to defense to administrative to banking preparation
Yeah.
so never ever be scared of change if you want to change the direction if you feel that listen to your heart because your heart always guides you in the right direction that's what I want to say.
Yes, it does. So, Ashish, what are your thoughts regarding the preparation for the RBI Grade B examination?
Well, right
I
now
Yeah.
I do not have any plan.
Okay.
I've not given much thought about it because I was solely focused on PO and clerical examination.
Okay.
So I have to give it thought because RBI is a very big examination. So if you want to clear it, you have to give your all. You have to make a good strategy how you are going to approach the exam,
Yeah.
and you should be able to tell yourself daily that you need to clear this exam. So prepare hard. So before jumping into this big, you know, process of RBI examination,
Yeah.
I will still ponder upon the topic for at least a month, and then I will
Yeah.
decide
That's
whether I will
okay.
go for RBI or not.
Okay.
So
Okay.
right now, I
That's
do not have any plans for RBI.
Yeah. Okay. That's completely fine. So, from my personal experience, I know what it actually, feels like when you are preparing for something and you feel, flustered when any examination is not giving you the results that you want. Actually, you can say it's really, awestrucking that whenever you are preparing, you are not actually succeeding, and finally that you have now
Well,
gotten to a place
that
when after feeling so much failures you have actually come across to embrace success. So that's really, I hope
well,
that's really good. Yeah.
well, for me, I had been out in every stage of recruitment.
Yeah.
I'm screened out. I'm preliminary examination out. I'm mains out.
Yeah.
Interview out.
Yeah.
Final merit out. So I
Yeah,
had seen
definitely.
all kind of setbacks.
Yeah.
So I think, but that all contributed.
Yeah.
I had given I think 6 to 7 interviews before this banking interview. So
Yeah.
That fear of interview, I did not have much before interview. I was not thinking much that how will I go about the interview. I knew exactly what I had to do. So that experience, actually that failure that we say, but eventually it helped me to remain calm in the interview. That prelims, that main failure I had seen before, that told me, that taught me that while whenever you start preparing for exam, do not solely focus on preliminary examination, but at the same time when you start preparing for the prelims, same day itself start preparing for the mains examination. And when I failed preliminary examination, it taught me that preliminary is the one of the toughest stage of an examination. So you have to give 200% in prelims. It may be good enough, 100% may be good enough for the mains examination, but for prelims you have to give 200%, because for me it is the toughest step in examination. So all those failures that I had seen in every single process of recruitment cycle, that all those failures eventually contributed to my experience. But yeah, when I failed, at that time I was not thinking that they will contribute to me. Actually, I was sad, I was disheartened, I wanted to quit, I wanted to just put everything on the God, that why you're doing this to me. What I've done so bad that I'm failing again and again on those crucial moments. But eventually the God has better. God has decided something better for all of us. And if even if all the students who are watching this video, you do not get what you desire, then believe that God has decided for you for something better. So have faith.
Definitely. Have hope, basically.
Hope RBI. I think it's one of the funniest names. Hope RBI.
That's why I thought the name would be so cool, when I made this channel, that create a hope among people. Definitely. So
hope is the beginning of everything.
Yeah, definitely. So thank you so much, Ashish, for being here. It was really an honor. Being your friend, I know what you have gone through, but it was really an honor to interview like that, and to unleash what you have gone through and what other students can actually do to prepare for this exam. Thank you so much for being here, and all of the students who are watching this video, if you feel a little bit of addition into your life, a little bit inspired, please share this video with every aspirant who is preparing for the RBI Grade B or any kind of examination, any banking examination, IBPS PO, SBI PO even. You can share this video to every aspirant. And thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, Ashish. Thank you.
Thank you. Enjoy.